Salut tout le monde, c'est Félix Séraphin. On se retrouve pour un nouvel épisode de Dragon Age Inquisition. Donc, en gros, dans l'épisode précédent, on a pris part à un bal organisé par l'impératrice Selene en personne. Si ce n'est qu'on a laissé l'assassin... si ce n'est qu'un Corypheus avait envoyé ses assassins pour tuer l'impératrice. On a laissé l'assassin tuer l'impératrice et... mais on s'est débarrassé de l'assassin et en échange, c'est le cousin de Selene, non, le neveu de Selene, le duc Gaspard, qui a pris les rênes d'Orlaïs. Si ce n'est que dans l'ombre, il est à la botte de l'elfe appelé Briala. Voilà. Bon, là maintenant, là, je vois que j'ai gagné un niveau. Alors, voyons voir un peu ce que je vais choisir comme compétence. Allez, hop. Maintenant, je vais taper un peu la causette avec mes compagnons.
How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port. But until the Duchess was unmasked, I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
No one can say the evening wasn't memorable.
No, I should think not. I must confess, when Celine was killed, my first reaction wasn't sorrow. It was disappointment. How could the Empress of Orlais be taken in by the Duchess's plot?
Powerful or not, even an empress can't know everything.
No, evidently not. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Alors, qu'est-ce que je vais choisir? Allez, je vais choisir ça.
I kept dreading I'd drop the wrong spoon or step on a general's foot.
Well done. Feuds that spanned ages have sparked over less.
Really?
Inquisitor never underestimates the enmity of those for whom outrage is a sport.
Alors, maintenant... Ok, il y a comme un bug, je peux pas parler à Varric. Voyons voir si je peux parler un peu à Solas.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shirao, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
You miss court intrigue? When were you at court?
Oh, well, never directly, of course. An elven apostate is rarely invited to speak with empresses and kings. But from the Fade, I have watched dynasties form and empires crumble. It is sometimes savage, sometimes noble, and always fascinating. In any event, Gaspard should be a steadfast ally. Briala will keep him in check, and look after the elves.
I hope Briala is able to use her position to help our people.
Our people? Who are? Oh, you mean elves? I'm sorry, I was confused. I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Oula. Qu'est-ce que je vais bien pouvoir choisir?
do you have much in common with? Who are your people?
A good question. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, I believe Briala is doing quite well on their behalf. She is an admirable woman.
Allez, je continue à le draguer.
You're an admirable man. Not many people know who they are the way you do.
Thank you. Both for saying that and for seeing that. Few in this world can see me, instead of just seeing a pair of pointed ears. My heart.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
Although you have ended the battle in Orlais, it will take the country some time to recover. Corypheus faces a decision. Accelerate his plan to gain power, or abandon his dream of conquering Orlais for now. He will never abandon his dream.
I'd like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I would be happy to share it with you.
Tell me about the old memories you found in the Fade.
I saw a young Canary working in a simple kitchen, baking bread as she was ordered every morning. In every loaf she broke the rules. She'd take a pinch of sugar and fold it into the center, like a secret, and this act of small rebellion brought a shining smile across her face.
Tell me about a spirit you encountered.
I found an ancient spirit who had once been undisputed king of almost every land I had discovered. Like pride or rage, it was the Fade's reflection of a feeling. When I asked which one it was, the spirit faltered. "They've forgotten," said the spirit. "There remains no word for what I was."
Tell me about the old ruins you explored.
I found in the Kokari wilds a humble cottage far removed from any of the simple, chastened tribesmen. The trees and weeds had not reclaimed the home, nor did the chastened dare to come and steal the trinkets still remaining. It was empty, long abandoned, but the world feared that she might return.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shirar.
Alors, voyons un peu. Tiens, je vais parler à Vivienne.
Far be it for me to suggest a training adjustment.
Inquisitor, I find myself in the unpleasant position of asking you for help. There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but you won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. You wouldn't want me to speak about your many issues, I'm sure.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Ok.
can't make heads or tails of this. Age regression, who is this potion for?
You are a quick study, Knight Enchanter.
Maintenant, je vais taper la causette avec Dorian.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. An empress dead, an emperor under your spell, and that elven harpy eating out of your hand, if she doesn't bite it off. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Happy to oblige. A taste of home, just for you.
Not just for me. Fun for the whole family.
Perhaps I should have invited some.
We were there. That's what counts. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
You said Alexius was a mentor of yours.
He was my patron, sponsoring me to the higher levels of the Circle of Magi. In return, my successes were his. I had a lot of successes, naturally. Alexius was most pleased. He and I used to talk over brandy about the corruption, how we could one day make real change in the Imperium. And then he gave up. He stopped trying.
Why did he give up?
On a journey to Hosburg, a Darkspawn raid killed his wife and sickened his son. I remember hearing the news. He hadn't been there, you see. Alexius was convinced he could have protected them. The guilt tore him up. I helped him with his research for a while, and then we drifted apart.
You mean you fought with him?
I told him to snap out of it, move on. I thought I had all the answers. Later, I regretted my hasty words. But we didn't speak again until he approached me for the Venatori. Too much pride, I suppose. Plus, I was busy drinking. One must have priorities.
I don't think that's it. You felt guilty because you couldn't help him.
Clever you. I had a choice, you see. Wallow in self-pity or get away while I could. At any rate, he's fallen so low, I doubt he'll ever get up. Sad, really.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
I heard of your verdict on Alexius, Inquisitor. It was all he deserved. I hope it serves as a warning for anyone, Magister or no, who thinks of trying that again.
I trust everything is well with the mages.
We're mostly relieved. An alliance with the Inquisition offers security, although who knows for how long.
I'll leave you to it.
Bon. Là, sur le coup, je vais principalement taper la causette avec mes compagnons. Maintenant, on va discuter avec l'Eliana.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Ok.
joined a fellowship with a distinguished history. Knight enchanters have long served the divine.
Alas, we are lacking one at the moment.
Indeed.
Sorry.
It's all right. I was thinking it even as you said it. No matter, you have chosen well, and are in good company. I had friends who were knight enchanters, who served at Justinia's side, who died with her. It's good to see new mages keeping this flame alive.
Anything I should know?
There is upheaval in Olay. Our support of Ambassador Briella has scandalized the nobility. I'm quite pleased, personally. If Olay's in turmoil, they will look to us for stability.
I'll leave you to your work.
Alors, attendez voir. Maintenant... Tiens. Maintenant, on va pouvoir taper la causette avec Morrigan, qui nous a rejoint dans l'épisode précédent. Tiens.
You're the Inquisitor. Mother never told me the Inquisitor was an elf.
The ears gave me away, didn't they?
No, your blood is very old. I saw it right away.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on her hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man. My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. His father helped raise Kieran for a time, but events have conspired to take him elsewhere. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
Pour la résumer vite fait, dans mon let's play de Dragon Age Origins, le héros de Ferelden, le perso principal qu'on incarnait dans ce jeu-là, d'une part, dans ce let's play de Origins, j'ai eu une relation amoureuse avec Morrigan, et d'autre part, juste avant le combat final contre l'archidémon, elle avait proposé d'effectuer un rituel destiné à la mettre enceinte. Et donc, quand on a tué l'archidémon, l'enfant qu'elle portait, qui s'avère être Kieran, a assimilé en lui l'âme de l'archidémon. Voilà. Voilà, donc après, j'ai pas envie d'entrer dans les détails, mais en gros, tout est expliqué dans mon let's play de Dragon Age Origins. Voilà. Et donc là, nous avons affaire à l'enfant portant l'âme de l'archidémon, et il a grandi.
There's something rather unusual about him.
There is. He is a special lad. It falls to me to protect him from anything and anyone that mean him ill. Most of all, he must be protected from myself. No one could harm him more than I. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves.
They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
We were lucky to have found it when we did.
Fate is often mistaken for luck, as Mother is fond of saying. The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. I know you did not want me here, Inquisitor. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
You swear it? That's rather serious.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Là, on va retaper un peu la causette avec Morrigan.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. A web of favors has wrapped every noble family in southern Thedas around your fingers. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
I have no idea what will happen once all this is over.
Do you not? No doubt there will be countless men and women with suggestions. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah yes, whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
Et donc Morrigan, c'était un de nos compagnons dans Let's Play de Dragon Age Origins. Donc si vous avez vu mes vidéos là-dessus, où jouez à Origins, je vais pas vous faire un dessin.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. The moment Celine perished, my time in court was done. I do not miss it overmuch.
Alors.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. We became close. Closer than I even thought possible. When I left, he pursued me. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother Inquisitor. I had no good example to follow. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
I'll leave you to the garden.
As you like. My Lady Inquisitor.
What work have you been doing to help us?
Currently, my efforts are focused on determining what Corypheus is, and from where his power comes. The elven orb he carries is what draws my attention. I wonder if the power he used to tear open the Fade, in fact, came from the orb. Perhaps it is even the source of your anchor. If I learn of its origin, I may also learn what Corypheus now intends, as well as his weaknesses.
I could use your company for my excursions outside Skyhold.
I have spent my share of time wandering the wilderness in the company of others, Inquisitor. Thank you for the invitation, but for now I will restrict my efforts to researching the arcane.
Do you know anything about his dragon?
It has the appearance of an archdemon. Of that, I am certain. A true archdemon, however, is supposedly the corrupted form of an old god. Has Corypheus actually dug up one of the ancient prisons? If so, why has a new blight not begun? His dragon is something else, something connected to his blighted nature as well as his magic. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Is it even possible that Corypheus could succeed?
The Black City exists. Wherever one goes in the Fade, it is visible in the sky. The last time Corypheus and his cohort stormed its doors, they unleashed the Blight upon the world. This time, perhaps he might indeed gain untold power, becoming something unto a god. It is also possible he could unleash something far worse than the Blights. So yes, Corypheus could succeed in his goal. If not, his attempt alone could destroy the world.
Corypheus says I'm a rival. Does that mean...
Could you become a god? That depends. Are you prepared to use your anchor to enter the Black City?
No, never.
Tell Corypheus that, and see if he believes you.
We know so little about Corypheus.
Continue prodding at Corypheus, Inquisitor. Elicit a reaction, and we may yet learn from it.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Bon. Il y a des herbes à choper par ici. Ce qui sera très efficace pour me fabriquer des potions.
Just handed some intelligence to the spy master.
Ok. Ah, je peux pas taper la Cosette avec Varric pour l'instant. Alors, voyons voir. Maintenant, on va taper la Cosette avec Iron Bull.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharal was a mess. At least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
I hate politics.
You've got a crappy job then, boss. Yes?
How are we doing with the Ben Hasrath?
We're coordinating with your Legion military. A lot easier with that crap at Halam Shiral done. The Venatori are still considered a cult in Tevinter. Even the Vince think these guys are crazy. If Qunari forces maneuver right, we're hoping to get the Vince fighting the Venatori. That should buy Orlais some time to get its shit together and push from the south.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
She looked through me from the garden. Would that I could.
Maintenant, on va taper la causette avec Serra.
One for the Empress, for Gaspard, Brianna, the Duchess, and Corinthus, right in the dangle bag.
Well, remind me to stay on your good side.
Like you'd listen. Doesn't matter. It's not you, it's the pile of dead in Halam Shiral. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a book for the throne. A skinny elven puppet arse at that. Wonder how long before she forgets her poor elves. Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
I don't know. You want to stop a party? I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things, with their little pinchy butts. Josephine should add that to her paper threats. You know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an empress. That, and Briala being an idiot, the whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-up wasn't in the middle.
You don't think much of her, but Briala came out ahead.
Right, because that was all the plan and not dumb luck. Dumb luck named you. Watch out, yeah. The hole in the sky didn't start their war. Stupid people did that. Still going to be plenty of those after Coryphions is dead.
Serra elle aime bien écorcher le nom de Corypheus.
Getting serious about mage stuff, magic, things. How about not so much? Just asking for not so much magic. Great, yeah?
Do you have any worries about how my magic is developing?
Really? You have to ask what's so bad about the magic stuff. I mean, that weirdy talking about night whatevers.
Night Enchanter. Battle magic.
Not helping. I don't understand that stuff. It's scary to anyone smart enough to think for a second. You shouldn't be scary. You're the Inquisitor.
What has you so scared?
You really don't know? Most people are scared. I mean, there's lots of mages here, but most never see one. Never. You're weird, and I know you, so you're not scary. But lots of people don't know you. I don't want you to be just a scary mage.
Don't be silly, I'm not that scary.
Oh, ha, ha, real funny. Fine, I'm fine with it. Be scary and a shit.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Maintenant, je vais taper un peu la causette avec Cole.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
What did you think of the masks?
What masks?
The masks. Everyone had them on their faces.
Those weren't their faces.
I hear you've been busy. Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Inquisitor? Is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured.
I haven't seen you before.
The commander brought me up from the refugee camps. I'd been helping the pilgrims in simple ways, setting broken bones, simple amputations and such. We need all the help we can get.
You aren't a mage. Shouldn't we let the mage healers deal with this?
Magic can't cure everything, and we shouldn't rely on it. Science, your worship, is the way of the future. Good health isn't magic, it's diet, exercise, and a balance of the humors.
As you were.
Your worship.
He wants what? I don't know. I just brought the message. Well, take this one back. No. Oh, my maker. You cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers, given them what for. I think I like this job.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor. Nothing. Unfortunate. Of course.
Maintenant, on va taper la causette avec Cassandra.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
The fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
The Inquisitor was hilarious. That's what they'll say one day. You watch. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
If they'll pick non-priests, why am I not a candidate?
Because you're a mage, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of you. A weight such as yours would break the Sunburst throne and tear the Chantry to pieces. I just don't know why they believe Leliana or I would be any better.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began.
The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
I'm surprised to hear you of all people say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
The Chantry has failed, Cassandra.
I wonder if the legions of faithful throughout Thedas would agree with you. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
You're not the only candidate. What about Liliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think. And that would be chaos for us all.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
Et je vais lui dire ça.
Perhaps the Chantry needs more than just change.
You mean get rid of it entirely? I disagree. Without the Chantry, the faithful would be lost. The Chantry must simply be more responsible in how it leads. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority. Greetings.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
I'll let you get back to work.
Greetings.
So, you're a candidate for Divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
The idea of power doesn't appeal to you.
Ah, yes. To be embroiled in politics and have every cleric jealous of me for the rest of my life. It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
I don't see why you think the Chantry is so worthy of reform.
I am not so quick to abandon it, or the principles for which it stands.
That's enough for now.
As you wish.
Maintenant, je vais taper la causette avec Blackwall.
The war in Olay has claimed too many lives. I pray that it's over for good.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Bon, ok, en fait, j'avais rien, il y avait pas grand chose à lui dire. Bon. Maintenant, je vais vendre à ce gars-là quelques bricoles qui me servent plus tellement. Et je peux toujours pas taper la causette avec... Ah.
They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
Ok.
Carry on.
Alors j'ai un truc à vérifier. Ok, c'est bon. Maintenant, je vais convoquer le conseil de guerre pour y mener quelques opérations.
You seem to enjoy yourself at the Winter Palace, Liliana. Or was that part of the game?
Je vais mettre Joséphine sur le coup.
Inquisitor.
Alors, enquête sur la tentative d'assassinat. Bassalitan, je vous félicite pour cette alliance unique en son genre. En gage de nos bonnes intentions, nous souhaitons vous faire part d'événements ayant eu lieu à Denerim et qui pourraient avoir un lien avec Corypheus. Des assassins ont attenté à la vie du roi Alistair et de la reine Anora. Leur tentative basée sur une magie du feu et facilement déjouée était plus que maladroite. Les autorités locales l'ont considérée comme l'acte isolé d'un déséquilibré. Nous pensons cependant qu'elle aurait un lien avec des opérations des Venatori.
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste, preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I am not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
Alors, nous pensons cependant qu'elle aurait un lien avec des opérations des Venatori et une enquête plus approfondie nous paraît nécessaire. Nos agents sont prêts à tout moment, mais il faut rester prudent, les tensions sont encore vives à Denerim. Nous attendons vos ordres, Thalis. Et je vais mettre Cullen sur ce coup-là. Allez, je mets Cullen sur ce coup-là. Ah, ça concerne le clan de mon perso principal. Allez, je mets Liliana sur ce coup-là. Et là... enquêter sur l'urine elfique. Là, ça va me faire un nouveau coin à explorer. Et j'embarque avec ma Cassandra. Non, je embarque avec ma Solace Cassandra et Cole. Là, je fabrique des petites potions pour tout le monde. Et là, j'ai notre petite quête secondaire à accomplir. Voir un groupe de Dalatiens qui explore une espèce de tombeau abandonné. Oula.
Maker have mercy.
It's Taven's party.
Most were unarmed. They didn't stand a chance.
There should be Inquisition soldiers here.
Bon, on va explorer ces fameuses ruines. Bon.
These are our men.
Hate and hunger, frenzied fear. They won't hurt anyone else.
Des Venatori. Oula. Un behemoth templier rouge. Ok, il y a à la fois des Venatori et les templiers rouges qui sont sur le coup. Ah, saut d'émeraude.
Corypheus's men had part of a seal. Do they even know what it opens?
The elves didn't have to die.
Ok, faut que je cherche ce qu'ils appellent des fragments du sceau d'émeraude.
The Emerald Knights. They once patrolled the borders of the Dales, protecting the elven people. The Dalish saw them as romantic heroes. The Chantry called them ruthless butchers. I suspect both sides have some element of truth.
Ok, il y a des Venatori dans les parages. Je vais essayer de les prendre par surprise. Voilà de quoi se recharger en potion. Mais j'y viendrai. J'y reviendrai plus tard. Ok, on s'est fait repérer. Tant pis. Et merde, Cassandra s'est fait buter. Et il y a un behemoth templier par ici. Bon, j'ai la flemme de lire ça. Ok, j'ai d'autres fragments à choper. C'est vrai qu'il va falloir que je me frotte à la fois aux Vénatories et Templiers Rouges qui se trouvent là-bas.
I believe I sense one of the artifacts of my people.
Hop. Tiens.
Excellent. The wards are functioning again.
Ah, c'est une sortie. Et voilà d'autres Vénatories à buter. Et merde. Alors, hop, je vais ressusciter Cole. Pour qu'il nous donne un petit coup de pouce. C'est bon, il a son compte. Plus que 2. Voilà le dernier fragment à choper, mais avant j'ai des Venatori à tuer. Et maintenant, faut que j'entre là-dedans.
This is it. Whatever Taven hoped to find, it's here.
Oula. Là, des morts vivants qui rappliquent. Ok, chaque fois que j'allume ces brasiers, il y a des morts vivants qui rappliquent. Ok, voilà d'autres de ces saloperies qui rappliquent. Ok, maintenant on peut accéder à l'artefact. Oula, il y a un revenant également dans le groupe. Bon, allez, on va simplifier les choses. Ok.
It's an account of Red Crossing. When the elves attacked that town, it prompted the exalted march of the Dales.
Taven would want the Dalish to have this.
The Chantry would no doubt be interested in the account as well.
Donc là, je suis tombé sur les récits que je peux vendre soit à la chanterie, soit les rendre aux Dallaciens. Et bon, sur le coup, les rendre aux Dallaciens me semble plus juste. Et maintenant, je me tire d'ici. Ok, voilà la sortie. Et maintenant, cap sur la plaine exaltée pour vendre le fameux récit aux Dallaciens.
Welcome again, friend.
Dalen, I was wrong about your Inquisition. Although the humans named you herald of their prophet, your devotion to your people is undiminished. Perhaps Perhaps you will be the bridge that others hope you are. If Lorinel still wishes to join you, he has my blessing.
I found something about Red Crossing in Danan Hanin.
You explored Danan Hanin? Remarkable. So many have tried and failed. If you went to the Emerald Graves, did you see Tavin and the others?
They were killed. I'm sorry.
I am too. Sorry, but not surprised. Thank you for bringing this to me. It is part of our tale and will be cherished. Dareth Shiral Dalen.
Et voilà. Bon. Sur ce, je vais m'arrêter là. Allez, à bientôt tout le monde.